Hey guys, Matthew Barr, MorrowInvest.com. So this video is going to post, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to post this in our private investors group, but just so that I think the information for this particular video is so important, so I'm also going to post it in our on my YouTube page and my business page. Now obviously you can see I'm out in the rain. I'm actually at the verandas at Avalon, which is in Alpharetta, Georgia. I've taken a position with a friend of mine with a company, and we're working on building a hotel. So, you know, I'm always about adding to what we know how to do, right? So by the end of this venture, another 12, 13 months, I'm going to continue with my mentorships, my investments, my rental properties, all that kind of stuff. In fact, I've already been up here in Alpharetta for 2 weeks, and this past Saturday, just yesterday, I went home back to Montgomery, worked on one of my rental properties, signed a lease on one of those properties, and then you know, here we are back in Atlanta. So let me give you a little shot of this. This is a beautiful area here. This is actually on the second floor of overlooking all this shopping and business areas. Over here we got the Apple store. We got a Tesla dealership over here on the corner. It's got its own ice rink and movie theater. It's kind of like its own little city. Really, it's very pricey, but it's nice. And this is, of course, a beautiful apartment complex. This is just one of many like seating areas and things. So if you ever want to check it out, you can look it up online. Just Google the verandas at Avalon in Alpharetta, Georgia. And some really, really cool stuff. Met some cool people. There's lots of really great restaurants, really nice high-end shopping, and just really beautiful. The whole area is very well planned. And you know, I'm always telling you about bestplaces.net. So if you'll go to bestplaces.net right now, you know, we look up statistical data before we do investments on areas that we're in. So if you look up Montgomery, Alabama, it actually has a negative growth. There's only one growing zip code in all of Montgomery, Alabama, and that's 36117. And that's why that's the only 36117 is where we're doing a flip right now, actually, on a property that I checked on it too, and I'll be posting pictures of that flip here soon. Met a wonderful lady that I tracked down. I actually made offers on both houses, and this lady and I made a friendship, and we're going to be able to bless another family with a beautiful home that we've been able to refurbish and flip. And of course, for ourselves and our investors, we'll make a nice little piece off of that. So that's always good. So I wanted to talk to you guys about what's going on in the country right now. And it's very, very important. And if you're an investor, I hope you'll pay attention. If you're not an investor, I hope you'll pay attention. Some of you guys are not going to be able to hear me. I listened to some young people talk, and they were like, I know you hear me, but you don't feel me, or you feel me, but you don't hear me. I don't know if I'm interchanging those correctly, but basically, I know you're hearing my words, but I don't know if you can actually, not that you can't understand them, but some people are turned off by my southern accent. Some people might be turned off because I've got an Auburn hat on, because I'm unshaven, maybe because I'm in a construction coat. You know, they discount, oh, this guy must not be an investor. And because I'm not, because I don't have a green screen behind me and a high definition camera, that somehow means the information is less. That's not the case at all. So until I decide to blow the money on production where I entertain people, you know, like some of these self-proclaimed gurus do. I am not a self-proclaimed guru. I am constantly learning, and I'm trying to add value to the services that I offer people. And hopefully it makes me more valuable as I know how to do more things. So let me tell you some things that are going on right now. There is a great consumption going on, okay? I mentioned this a few months ago, but it's gotten more evident. So let me describe it this way. Imagine that your job is to do investments. Your job is to invest people's money. and you have a limitless supply of money. So you say you go to work Monday morning, tomorrow morning, it might already be Monday by the time I post this. Say that what you're supposed to do is invest this money. And every day you get given more money. So more and more and more money gets put into your account. And it's your job to make good, sound investments with that money. Okay? This is what happens with local retirement planning companies, retirement systems of different states, mutual fund companies, real estate investment trusts, Reg Ds. All of these guys have basically limitless amounts of money that get put into their account. So what happens is, do you want a good return on your investments? Of course you do. So do I. So does everybody else. So there becomes everybody's searching for the same thing. Okay, so when you have competition, right, that drives down price. Remember your supply and demand stuff from economics? Okay, so if you have high demand, right, and there's limited supply, that means price goes up. Okay, so what's going on is some of us little guys, which I've done some what I consider nice, decent deals over the years. We're literally getting outbid by millions, not by thousands, by millions. So there is a consumption going on by these mutual fund companies, Reg Ds, real estate investment trust, all these guys, again, who basically have unlimited amount of funds that they can invest. And they get more money put into their account every day. Let me tell you how this makes sense. Anything that is cash flowing falls into this category. So this can literally be billboards, right? Cash flow. Cemeteries. I know you don't think it sounds kind of morbid, but yeah, cemeteries. Dentistry. Doctor's offices. Here in the South, we call them doc in the box. You go to a shopping mall and there's a doctor's office, and that's where you go instead of going to the emergency room, or if you don't have a primary care doctor, you go to the doc in the box, right? You just need some whatever to fix your woes that day. So what happens is, so we got doc in the box. I just had a friend who had their, he's a veterinarian, had their entire veterinary business sold out from under them. I have, again, the norms are trailer parks, self-storage, anything, literally anything that's cash flowing. So anything that someone can use a cap rate on, which again, you just take the net operating income and divide by what you want to capitalize off of that, and that gives you a purchase price. So for easy numbers, I was talking to a friend, and they said, yeah, our business just got sold for $6 million. And I said, you guys netting about $600,000 a year? And he went, yeah, that is about what we're netting. How did you know that? I said, well, that's a 10 cap. So what that means is you've got people buying at full price. So the last self-storage that I bid on, I was outbid by 1.2 million. 1.2 million was the next bid up, and that wasn't even the highest bid. So there's again this consumption going on. So what do you do if you are Joe Blow investor, right? You want to make a good return, but the big boys are coming along, and these big mutual fund companies. And let me just take an aside here. Why can they pay so much? Well, not only do they have this unlimited supply of money, it seems like, but they also, they might say our management fee is only 5%. Well, Matthew Morrow, can't find any management companies that'll do work for less than 10 or 8%. How did they get it for 5%? Well, they got it for 5% because they own the management company. Again, how did they get their insurance quote so low? Because they own their own insurance company, okay? So you literally, and I'm being nice here, you literally cannot compete. You not only are you not competition, you cannot compete. How can you compete with people that will pay absolutely full price, top dollar, right? Now, why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense, right? You're like, oh, you gotta pay 50% off or 60% off. That's how you make a deal. Now, that's how you and I make a deal. These guys are able to pay full price for their investment, sometimes more, sometimes just ungodly amounts of money that make no financial sense. Well, the reason it doesn't make sense to us is because they can then turn around and even paying full price, they can still cut cost. Again, our goal when we purchase a place any business is to drive the net income. We want to maximize our ANOI, right? Maximize ANOI, the annual net operating income. That's what we want to maximize. Remember why? We go back to our value investing. So our value investing would say if a property, a business netted $100,000 at a 10 cap, that business is worth $1 million. So if they just the following year make $100,000 more, so instead of netting $100,000, they've now netted $200,000. They have just increased the value of their business by $1 million. Again, and then part of that value investing is, well, if it was worth $1 million and now it's worth $2 million, right? They only made $100,000 more, but now that company can go, that investor can go and say, hey guys, my business now nets $200,000. It's now worth $2 million. I want to pull out $700,000 in equity. Again, how much is taxable on a $700,000 equity loan? 0. There's no taxes on a loan. So again, they take that $700,000 and they put it in their pocket, or they go and invest in the next thing. And you and I are still trying to get 10, 12%, and they're able to create their own percentage. They're able to pay full price. You can't see all the hand. I'm doing all kinds of hand motions over here. You guys are really missing out on all my hand motions. Anyway, so you got guys that will basically these companies will pay full price for a gig, and what they do is because they can get the management fee half as much, because their insurance is half as much, because they already have a business rolling, they don't have to create software. They paid a software company and own their own software. You know what I'm saying? So all these things, they're able to just walk into more money. Give you a perfect example. We had a self-storage company in Montgomery, and there was a guy that I had made an offer to like 3 years ago, and he swore up and down he would never sell his self-storage. Well, apparently somebody came up, and I won't mention the company because now you can look them up, but there's a company that came and offered him apparently full price. Now, not why would he sell? I know why he sold, because it was a ridiculous amount of money. But for these corporations, these big mutual fund companies and REITs and stuff, they can get money so cheap. I mean, people are like, hey, do you want to make 1%? Oh, I don't want to make 1%. Really? You want to make 1% on 20 million? Oh, yeah, 1% sounds good. So it's all relative to what you're thinking. You know, if you want 1% on $100, no, you don't want 1%. You know, you want to double that $100. But when you get to 20 million, yeah, I'll take 1%. That'd be fine. So what he did was this mutual fund company, it's a REIT, real estate investment trust, that owns self-storage companies, and that's what they do is they gobble them up, they buy them. They paid full price, and they immediately fired all the employees, and they're going to kiosk. So when you go to this particular self-storage place, you don't have a person, you have a little ATM looking thing, and that gives you your codes and everything's online, right? So just imagine if you had these 3 locations and you paid each employee, you had 4 employees, and each employee you paid, say, $25,000 a year, right? Average income of the average employee in America, $25,000. So, and there's 4 employees, 4 times 25, $100,000. There's 3 locations, that's $300,000. So on the first day, and these are rough numbers, but on the first day, that company can go back to the investors and say, day one, we net $300,000 more. Again, the goal is to drive annual net operating income, because that then increases value and you can pull money from the equity and tax-free. And so, yeah, so there is a consumption going on. So I would tell you to look at the dentist offices that are popping up. It's no longer your dentist. It's more like a dock in the box where there's 5 dentists on call and you go in. Same thing with hair salons, same things with veterinarians, same things with anything that's cash flowing that they can purchase and streamline, they're doing. So what does this mean for you and I? A couple of things. You have to work that much harder to find that needle in a haystack. Because not only is it you looking for that needle, there's a bunch of other people with a lot more resources than you looking for that same needle. Let me tell you the other thing. Be open to opportunity. So just because you've done something for the last 5 years does not mean that that's going to make money the next 5 years. Now, some people see this as, oh, you're changing what you do. No, I am constantly investing in myself and those around me, and I'm bringing you the most up-to-date information. So if you can go and start your own Reg D and all those kind of things, but I'm just saying you need to be the best you can be. All right? I sound like Kung Fu Panda now. You need to develop a skill or a trade and be better than anybody else. That is how you're going to earn your wages. I always tell people to copy people. If you see other people that are successful and you want that same success, go and talk to them. Find out what they do. I tell you, I don't know any rich people that blow money at casinos or lottery. I don't know rich people that watch a lot of television. I don't know rich people that... Most of the people that I know that are really doing well for themselves are working their tails off. They're busy people. It is 9 o'clock at night, and I'm doing this video for my YouTube channel, which now that YouTube has changed they've dropped, they've raised their limits for pay. So I'm not even getting paid for this video. This is just something I feel like sharing with you guys. And considering the average watch time is about 3 minutes, most of you didn't make it this far. But I'm not doing that for y'all. I'm doing that for me. I want to try to help as many people as I can. And if there's one person out there that has paid attention and is listening and likes to hear about how you can be tax advantaged, how you can maximize your annual net operating income, how you can push cruise control and no longer have a job and go to a job every day, you have to have multiple streams of income. You don't go to TurboTax. You pay an accountant, right? There are just things that you need to do, and hopefully I'm bringing you those things. Lastly, I want to tell you about our private investors group. Guys, we have a private investors group on Facebook. It's $1 a day and bring really good information like this. We also post deals inside the group first. So, for instance, there was some money being looked for a few weeks ago. Then there was a flip last week. Like all those things, all those deals hit the group first before we post them. And that's all. That not only is that just because those are people that I trust in our private investors group and want to send business to, but if we can help each other, that's great. And then also there's Securities and Exchange Commission rules. We can't just advertise, hey, we make so-and-so percentage or any of that kind of stuff. I can show you deals that we've done and say this is what we did on that deal, but we're not allowed to promise future returns. So anyways, guys, this video is approaching 20 minutes, and I'm sure the people on the balconies up here are tired of listening to me. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you soon. God bless.